The female reproductive cycle prepares the reproductive system for pregnancy and is regulated by the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and the ovaries. Gonadotropin-releasing hormone is synthesized in the neurosecretory cells of the hypothalamus. If it's gonadotropin-releasing hormone, what does it release? Yes, gonadotropins. In females, there are two gonadotropins, and they're produced by the anterior pituitary and act on the ovaries. The first of these is the follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH. And what do you think follicle-stimulating hormone does? Yes, Sherlock, it stimulates the follicles, the ones in the ovaries, the ovarian follicles. It stimulates follicular cells to produce estrogen, and it's important to remember that while initially FSH will stimulate the growth of several follicles, only one of them will develop into a mature follicle. Eventually, fluid-filled spaces appear around the follicular cells, and these spaces coalesce to form a single cavity, or the antrium, containing follicular fluid. This is called the secondary follicle. The estrogen is also important because it drives the initial proliferation phase of the menstrual cycle, when the lining of the uterus, the endometrium, begins to thicken as the glands increase in number and length. The proliferative phase of the menstrual cycle will last typically about 9 days. The other gonadotropin is luteinizing hormone, LH. This triggers ovulation, or the rupture and expulsion of the oocyte into the uterine tube. LH stimulates the follicular cells to form the corpus luteum and produce progesterone. This is easy to remember because luteinizing hormone, corpus luteum. The formation and growth of the corpus luteum corresponds with the luteal phase of menstrual cycle. The progesterone produced by the corpus luteum causes the glandular epithelium lining the uterus to become even thicker and to secrete glycogen-rich mucoid material. This phase is sometimes called the secretory phase because it's characterized by the glycogen-rich secretions. And it lasts about 13 days. If ovulation does not occur, the corpus luteum degenerates. Estrogen and progesterone levels decreases, and the thick endometrium sloughs off as menstruation. What happens is that there is actually decreased blood supply to this very thick endometrium at this point. And in medical terms, this decreased blood flow is called ischemia. Basically, the spiral arteries that supply the uterine wall lining are constricted in the absence of progesterone, reducing blood supply to the endometrium or the uterus wall lining. The menstrual cycle therefore begins with menstruation. The first 5 days when the endometrial lining of the previous cycle is shed and new ovarian follicles are being stimulated by FSH. Rinse, repeat every approximately 28 days until about the age of 50, when menopause, the permanent cessation of menstruation, occurs.